Welcome to Brain Alpha. Today, we're diving into an idea that's probably been running in the background of your life, whether you've noticed it or not. For decades, we've been fed this really simple but powerful lie. If you just buy more stuff, you'll be happier. It's everywhere. Every ad, every Black Friday sale, every influencer post, it's all screaming the same message. But what if that's the whole trap? What if it's just a game designed to keep us broke and, totally distracted? Because here's the crazy part. The real path to getting more time, more freedom, and even more money, it isn't about adding more things to your life. It's actually about subtraction. It's about letting go. I want you to think about it like this. All that extra stuff you own. It's like you're trying to drive your car, but it's completely packed to the roof with junk. It doesn't just slow you down and waste gas, it makes the whole trip miserable. Your clutter isn't just sitting there taking up space. It's actively sucking the energy right out of you.
So how in the world do we get out of this mess? Well, our guide for this journey is a guy named Gabe Bult. And what makes his story so amazing is that he wasn't always some super organized guru. Nope, he started from the absolute bottom.
And just look at this transformation. The scale of this change is just staggering. Gabe went from working as a night cleaner in a room so buried in clothes that the floor was literally 15 centimeters deep in fabric, to achieving total financial freedom and having over 1 million people following him online. It's an absolutely incredible turnaround. But let's get one thing straight right now. Gabe's whole philosophy, it's not about living in some sterile, all-white room with one chair. Minimalism itself isn't the point. The real goal is to use minimalism as a powerful tool, a tool to help you focus on what actually, truly matters in your life. Okay, so where do we even begin with all of this? It can feel pretty overwhelming, right? Well, Gabe breaks it all down into two main areas: the physical stuff we own and then the mental habits we cling to. So first things first, let's tackle the physical clutter. He's basically pinpointed 5 key categories of stuff that cause the most clutter for most people. These are the things we should really focus on getting rid of first. Let's walk through them one by one. First up, anything you haven't touched in the last 6 months. And if you're being totally honest with yourself, probably won't touch in the next 6 either. We all have that jacket we didn't wear last winter thinking, oh, I'll wear it next year. But you probably won't. Your home should be for your A team of items, the things you love and use, not a storage locker for a B team of what-ifs and maybes. Okay, number 2 is this brilliant little rule. Let's call it the low-cost rule. The idea is so simple. If you can replace something easily for, say, under $30, you just don't need to keep a spare just in case. We all do this, right? We stockpile cheap charging cables or extra pens, but it's a super fast way to build up clutter. If you actually need one down the road, you can just buy it then. Third, let's talk about those impulse buys. We hang on to these things because we feel guilty, right? They were expensive and we never used them. But keeping the item doesn't fix the mistake. Getting rid of it actually frees you from that guilt. Think about it. You're not throwing away an item. You're throwing away a bad decision from the past. Fourth on the list, unused gifts. Oh man, this one is tough because it feels so personal. But like Gabe says, the person who gave you that gift, they care about you and your relationship, not whether you keep some objects sitting on a shelf forever. The gift did its job the moment they gave it to you. The connection is what's important. And finally, this is a really powerful mental exercise to help shift your entire perspective. It's called the Suitcase Experiment. Just imagine, for a second, that you have to leave your home tomorrow, and you can only take what fits in one single suitcase. What makes the cut? By definition, everything else is non-essential. It's a crystal clear way to figure out what you truly value. Okay, so we've talked about decluttering the physical junk, but as Gabe found out, that's really only half the battle. The bigger and honestly tougher challenge is clearing out the mental clutter, those bad habits and old ways of thinking that are really holding us back. The first mindset to just completely abandon is buying it because it's cheap. And to fight this, Gabe uses something called the 90-point rule. Before you buy anything, you ask yourself, on a scale from 1 to 100, how much do I really want this? If it's not a 90 or higher, it's a hard no. This one little trick stops you from filling your life with a bunch of 60-point items you only feel kind of meh about. The second mindset we've got to ditch is, I can eat whatever I want. Your body is like a high-performance engine, and the food you eat is its fuel. Gabe started treating his food choices like putting premium gas in a sports car.
And by cutting things out one by one, he found his personal landmines were gluten, dairy, and refined sugar. Getting rid of them made his energy and focus just skyrocket. Third, we have to let go of this idea that we have to give 100% to everything. I love this quote from the great Tamori: "If you try hard, you won't last." It's so true. It's way better to operate consistently at, say, 80% and just keep going than it is to go all out at 100% for a week and then crash and burn. Longevity will always beat intensity.
All right, number 4 is the mindset of trying to get rich quick with investing. Now, this is such a common mistake. Most of us see investing as this high-stakes, offensive game to get rich. Gabe flips that script completely. He says to think of it as a defensive tool, something for preserving your wealth and giving you peace of mind. The goal isn't to find the next Amazon. It's to protect what you have with broad, kind of boring index funds.
And finally, and I really think this is the most important one of all, we have to abandon comparing ourselves to other people. Gabe was chasing these huge milestones, 10,000 subscribers, then 100,000, then 500,000. But when he finally hit that massive number, he had this shocking realization: he wasn't any happier. He discovered the real joy wasn't getting to the destination, it was in the struggle, the grind, and the growth along the way. So this all sounds great, but I know what you're thinking. Where do you even start? What's a real tangible thing you can do right now without feeling completely overwhelmed? Well, there's a simple, brilliant trick for exactly that. It's called the 6-month box trick. For anything you're on the fence about throwing out, just put it in a cardboard box, seal it up, write today's date on it, and then set a reminder on your phone for 6 months from now. If that reminder goes off and you haven't even thought about opening that box, you get rid of the whole thing. Don't even look inside. It totally bypasses that "what if I need this later" anxiety. It's genius.
And that brings us to our final thought for today, a really powerful question I want you to sit with. If you honestly had to pack up your entire life into one suitcase, what would you keep? And maybe more importantly, what would you suddenly realize you never really needed in the first place? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and help us build the hype. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.